Cosworth Sierra will be very competitive as well. But I think anybody really in the first 10 is capable of winning the event this weekend.
Well, I've been given the opportunity to drive by Nissan, a beautiful Bluebird, and I'm doing so on behalf of the Arthritis Foundation. And it's to highlight the work that the foundation are doing for arthritis sufferers throughout the country in raising money. And of course I'm here to start the rally, and hopefully we will see great developments in this particular rally, making it much more prestigious in terms of European and perhaps World Championships eventually.
The Minister is driving a sweeper car, so he sees off the top crew of Austin McHale and Ronan McNamee shortly after 11:30. Phil Collins to lead the start line. Next in line are the Opals of James Cullen and Vincent Bonner from Donegal, and still the talk is about the likely conditions.
Oh, cautiously, long rally ahead of us, 230 stage miles. We'll wait for it to see what happens.
This is the 9th rally of the lakes, and we've never been as wet as this.
Flat over crest, 100. Straight over crest, 50. Slide right over crest, plus fast right, plus fast left over crest, 200.
Very soon, Austin McHale shows his talent with the beautifully prepared Opel Manta 400, despite the lack of intercom with the co-driver. Phil Collins is only a second off the pace. Are we in for a great battle? As the weather improves, it's Manta versus Sierra. James Cullen is third overall on that first stage, Mall's Gap. Vincent Bonner is fourth. Others are driving well within their capabilities as they go downhill after the gap. Indeed, the road is drier here, so cautiously does it. And cautiously, as he promised, Stephen Roach comes bowling along with his 1.3-litre Peugeot. He takes over 14 minutes to drive the 12.7 miles of wet and twisting tarmac into Kenmare. He is by no means slowest. On stages such as this, the co-driver has his job to do. He'll read the road for the driver, remind him of the dangers and the difficulties. After a few more stages, Austin McHale is over 30 seconds to the good over James Cullen and Phil Collins, and Bob Fowden is fourth in his Group N Sierra Cosworth. Vincent Bonner and Michael Barrable have trouble with their Opels. And Stephen Roach is still driving within the top 50. To finish first you have to finish. Castletown Bear is the service location for those still running, a hospitable halt with many signs of the main industry.
We're leading at the moment, Michael, by some bits, I think about 20 seconds or thereabouts. But actually I think Phil Collins about 15 seconds behind us after the three.
We had a big problem with brakes on Mall's Gap, plus the water, which was very, very dangerous. Very quick stage, and the water, it's all hidden. And if you're really committed, you would just be heading for a big accident. It's quite dangerous now.
Two stages were good, were wet and scary, but good. We were on wet tyres. But the Healy Pass was very dry over the far side, and the car's very heavy and very hard on wet tyres when the roads are dry. We dropped 14 seconds to Austin down the pass.
And what of Stephen Roach?
The third is good, but he's not vatanen. Pas toujours, mais une fois sur trois.
Let's go, c'est ça?
Et puis, avant de départ de l'autre spécial, elle a fait quelque chose, elle était un peu se noyer au tournoi sur trois pattes.
Young and old are interested in the cycling superstar. Stephen is as usual happy self.
Thank you very much. See you again. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
The car is fettled by his French mechanics, and Stephen just smiles.
We aren't even on the front page, Michael. We aren't even on the front page. The first time I've ever been off the front page. You know, I don't think any more than I thought this morning, but I think it's the road on the rally this year. I've never driven it before, but the road this year on the rally for me, it's fantastic for any rally man. And it's great for the spectator because you can see it in so many places. Like, it's a great organisation.
minutes into the 3 stages in darkness. Old hazards, new challenges. McHale, Cullen, Collins, Fowden and John Lyons in the Group N Lancia Delta make up the top 5 at the end of day 1's 10 stages. On Sunday morning, Mall's Gap is revisited with the road still wet. Again, Austin McHale is flying. James Cullen is still feeling the effects of a serious operation only 7 weeks ago. Yet, he's prepared to try hard. Phil Collins is now 3 minutes off the pace. Dan Daly and David Mead are out. Having changed the gearbox in the Sierra, Bob Fowden is trying hard again. John Lyons is still chasing him for Group N honours with his Lancia Delta. And now in the top 10 are Bernard O'Brien and Ken Lyons in escorts, and the Renault 5 Turbo, driven by Welshman John Price. The giant killer is Philip Armstrong in his tiny Talbot Samba. He is 15th overall. Among the spectators today is Sean Kelly, the world #1 cyclist. Is he here to cheer on colleague Roach or to learn about this fascinating sport? Today, Stephen is getting deeper into the groove. At Ballochbima, Austin McHale shows his real class. He's smooth, precise and very, very quick. That combination is the hallmark of a professional. No matter how Cullen tries now with the Ascona, he can't match the pace up front. And even the Sierra Cosworth can't help Phil Collins. Bob Fowden is happy in 4th, hoping that some of those in front of him may fall off the wayside. John Lyons is still 5th in the Lancia. Bernard O'Brien from Skibbereen is 7th. And Philip Armstrong's Samba is still surprising many. Eamon Boland of New Ross is equally impressive. This is Don Bailey from the Isle of Man. And Ed Colton is competing with his new Peugeot 309 GTI. Even in wet winter, Kerry has its charm and special attractions. This is great rally country. How much better this event would be 2 months earlier. If it was given major status, it could entice thousands to the kingdom. Stephen Roach has found his challenger in Les Alfrey of Warwickshire in the Group 2 Peugeot 205. And Stephen rises to the challenge, pulling back precious seconds as the Sunday wears on. A salute to Sean Kelly. It's greeted with a smile. But what does Sean know about this sport?
I've seen it on television. It was the first time I've been at rally, and it's quite impressive. You really can throw the cars around the corner. I think it's something that you need a lot of practice at, and you need to put a long time into it to get anything out of it.
Would you like to have a go at it yourself?
Well, yeah, I think that's one of my big faults. One of my problems, I drive a car a bit fast, so I wouldn't mind having a go at it myself. Yeah. I think on the wet roads it wouldn't be very, easy to control, but I think on a dry road you would get a better feel of the car.
Yeah. Now tell me about your cycling, what you plan to do in the cycling in 1989. Have you got your plans straightened out yet?
Well, I haven't got the team sorted out yet. I'm still talking with there's 3 or 4 teams there, and it's dragging on a bit, and hopefully, within the next week or next fortnight, it will definitely have to be everything will have to be tied up. and the season is, much the same as last year. Just the Tour of Spain, I think, and trying to get that amazing goes to Giro, the Tour of Italy.
And now at Beaufort, Austin McHale is looking a likely winner.
It's not taken away from James. James went very well yesterday, and I admire for the speed he was going, even though we were going cautiously but careful. And we went a little bit better this morning, so we put out a bit of a lead now. We're about a minute and a half, I think, ahead of James.
There are now only 4 stages remaining, and even the weather is showing signs of improving. The rally progresses. Stephen Roach grows in confidence. He's now overall in the low 30s, and there's not a scratch on the Roach-owned rally car. It's here at Ahado that Austin McHale really smells the victory laurels. His first international win of the year. He is now over 90 seconds in hand. But James Cullen still tries. Phil Collins from Hereford is now 4 minutes off the pace. And John Lyons accepts a fine 5th behind Bob Fowden. Limerick's Ken Lyons is 6th with his Ford Escort. And soon for Stephen Roach, it'll be the final countdown. Only 2 stages to go and 28th overall.
Yes, we were very nervous yesterday because the big car starting behind us, very nervous. Then today, once we got the lads there and a few of the others, we had our own little race, like in a race, we're in a race, like. So we're kind of checking times and getting ahead, getting back, and it's a good bit of crack. Rallying is dangerous, but it's only as dangerous as you drive. So we drove fairly careful and we had a good rally. We didn't win the rally, but we had a great time. And of course, the pity it's so expensive, but you know, I'm sure you can get by in a small budget.
Austin McHale budgeted for victory with the Opel Manta 400. It was a welcome win, and it sets him up for next year's season of events. Austin showed in the Carling International what a superb driver he is, even in trying conditions.
We're trying to put a deal together to do the Open Championship. We haven't finalised as yet, but hopefully we'll do the Open Championship, which is the British, and the Irish Championship together next year.
We've both worked hard at the pace notes recently, and I've been trying very hard to, show them what I know about pace notes, and I think it's all come to good.
Okay, are you going to stay with him next year?
If the money's right, I'll stay with anybody.
Rally the Lakes last